Hello everyone, and welcome to today's Expedition Erudite. With it being the first Monday of the month, today's episode is Conspiracy Monday, in which we will dive into a conspiracy you may or may not have heard of. Now, end-of-the-world prophecies are nothing new. Going back to the dawn of time, man has always looked to the end of the world with wonder. From biblical prophecies telling of 4 horsemen raising the world to the ground, to Nostradamus with his overly vague poetry predicting many ends of the world for centuries to come. It isn't just a historical phenomena, though. Modern society is susceptible to these prophecies as well. The Y2K panic gripped people, striking a fear that computers would reset at the beginning of the 21st century, ending the world as we had built it. And recent history is filled with cults all believing that the end of the world was imminent. However, one prophecy struck a nerve with the modern public more than any other. The Maya prophecy that the world would end on December 21st of 2012. With it being 2023, this end of the world prophecy has obviously been proven false, right? Well, today we will dive into the conspiracy theory that the Maya prophecy actually came true and the world really did end in 2012. So, strap on your knowledge knapsack and join me as we launch today's Expedition Erudite, Conspiracy Monday. In order to fully understand the current conspiracy, it's important to first know the Maya prophecy. Though much of their calendar and way of life is still incredibly mysterious to us, since many of their cultural artifacts were destroyed, thanks Bishop Diego de Landa, we do know that they had at least 3 calendars: the Cholcan, the Hob, and the Long Count. The Long Count calendar, of which this prophecy came, was a 5,126-year calendar the Maya used to track long-term events. Eclipses, comet approaches, and even planetary movements were tracked by this calendar. When this Long Count calendar began its last cycle, it was correlated with the Gregorian year 3114 BCE. This meant that the calendar came to an end on the winter solstice of 2012. As the turn of the 21st century approached, the Maya prophecy experienced a surge in popularity. Books, documentaries, and a proliferation of internet sites contributed to spreading the belief the world would soon come to an end. With much of the context around the calendar lost to ancient flames, what the end of the calendar meant was open to many interpretations. This led to a blending of Maya mythology with other spiritual and esoteric concepts. The 2009 Roland Emmerich movie 2012 further cemented the prophecy in popular culture, providing a vivid depiction of global catastrophe. Then, December 21st, 2012 came, and it went. And nothing happened. Or did it? The Large Hadron Collider, a remarkable scientific achievement which allows scientists to smash particles together at nearly the speed of light, has now been operational for over a decade. But at the time leading up to 2012, many on the fringes expressed some concerns that the collisions could create problems impossible to predict. Many worried that black holes could be created, causing a cataclysmic erasure of the planet. Some even expressed concerns surrounding potential dimensional complications. But most scientists agreed that the chances were virtually impossible. And in 2012, the Large Hadron Collider reached its full capacity. At first, there wasn't much association between the Maya prophecy and with those who worried of the collider's risks. As the years progressed, though, many began to note that the world was feeling different. Supporters of the theory point to a confluence of unexpected global events, citing the startling shift in the global political landscape as indicative of a new and unpredictable era. Technological leaps, particularly in AI and VR, have transformed not just daily life, but also human interaction and consciousness, seemingly propelling society into a sci-fi-like reality. These observers also note the escalating frequency of extreme weather events, interpreting them as signs of a planet fundamentally altered since 2012. Additionally, the Mandela effect has garnered attention as an alleged glitch in collective memory, future episode to come, causing many to believe that the memories are from a previous universe, further fueling speculation of a post-2012 dimensional shift. Reports of time distortion and a general sense of acceleration in daily life contribute to a subjective feeling that reality has changed. Even scientific discoveries around quantum computing and CRISPR gene editing, which challenge established paradigms, are woven into the narrative. But if they're right, why does it seem as if life and the world have continued? For many of the believers, the end was not apocalyptically violent. They do not believe the world was destroyed in flames or floods. Instead, they believe it was a shift, a transition to another plane of existence. Instead of living in the same material world and dimensions as before, they believe that something created in the CERN Large Hadron Collider shifted our existence. But to what? For many, they believe we were transitioned to a different universe, now living in some sort of parallel one to our old one. The theory of the world having been sucked into a black hole and transported to a different dimension is another which some have posited. For others, they believe that when the Large Hadron Collider turned on, it caused something in our simulation to reset, essentially turning it off and back on again. Still, some of the more New Age believers think it's possible that the Large Hadron Collider turned on some sort of vibration in the universe, which is beginning our neural transition to a different plane. But is any of this true? Did the world end in 2012? Let's look at the counter-arguments. The theory suggesting that the Large Hadron Collider could cause a shift to a new plane of existence or otherwise alter the fabric of reality face robust scientific counterarguments. Firstly, the energies produced by the particle collisions within the Large Hadron Collider, while high for human-made experiments, are dwarfed by the far more powerful cosmic ray collisions, which occur naturally in the universe, including within Earth's own atmosphere. These natural events have been happening for billions of years and have not caused any cataclysmic changes to our planet. Moreover, any microscopic black holes that could theoretically be produced by the Large Hadron Collider would be expected to evaporate almost instantaneously due to Hawking radiation, which I have discussed on a previous episode. This would cause any theoretical black hole to pose no threat to the Earth's safety or the stability of the universe. Secondly, physicists and safety analyses have carefully evaluated the potential risks associated with the Large Hadron Collider. Prior to the collider's operation, the LHC Safety Assessment Group affirmed that the experiments at the collider were safe and that there was no conceivable danger of them affecting the overall structure of the cosmos. Previous to 2012, there were still major weather events in short amounts of time. Katrina and the 2004 tsunami, both once-in-a-lifetime events, occurred within a year of one another, and political strife has always been a way of life. Just ask any society that has ever existed. So, Chances are that the Large Hadron Collider has done everything to expand our understanding of the world in which we exist, doing nothing to shift us into another plane of existence like they suggest. Most scientists will stand firm in believing that. However, there is no way to fully prove this conspiracy one way or the other. Before amping up the Large Hadron Collider, the outcomes of their tests were just theories and expectations to the scientists. After all, the purpose of any scientific experiment or study is to learn, and in order to learn something, you must not know it beforehand. Scientists believed that certain outcomes would occur, but they didn't know for sure. And history is filled with scientific experiments proving that something we've always known as fact has been wrong all along. Thanks for coming along with me on today's Expedition Erudite Conspiracy Monday. And until next time, keep exploring, keep discovering, and keep learning.